Welcome back, Heleen, to the last episode of our conversation.
Thank you, Sam.
Heleen, I'm very fascinated by this tool. And then I'm thinking aloud to say, sure, it can't just end up here, you and I talking about it and enjoying ourselves. There is a bigger need out there for a tool like this. And I'm actually wanting to say that you can't just be an entrepreneur that just pushes this product. You need to be an entrepreneur that houses this product in an enterprise that makes it accessible to so many areas. I'm thinking I can mention few, as I stated before we went into a break, that parents out there early in the lives of their children, before even they send their children to the kindergarten, must be knowing things like this. They should do things like this. When the kids are at kindergarten, something like this should be done. When kids are entering the schools, their learning challenges needs to be addressed. When they are about to decide what degrees and diplomas they want to take before they finish matric, this could be helpful. And long before they enter the world of work, they should be knowing what type of circumstance, environment they can do better. I mean, the list is endless. So what's your take?
You know, Sam, I have been working, and that's why I'm so busy networking, trying to get involved. And that's one of the reasons I got involved with Gameta as well, because I truly believe that we need to get this out there. And I'm working hard, and if there's people out there that got the contacts, we need the bigger corporate companies that already have their social responsibilities, the funds available to help us set up so that we can reach these children when they start, as you say, when they start with the writing. So first of all, we can establish what type of learner he is, because a lot of kids are actually kinesthetic learners. And a kinesthetic learner is somebody that actually learns so much quicker and better if he's moving.
Yes.
So a lot of our kids are being labeled as ADHD and all those names. And sometimes they are just moving, because if their body moves, and that is when their brain takes in the information. So we need to know from an early age so that we can bring up healthy adults and not kids struggling and suffering through school, because school is supposed to be this way. And maybe it's suiting a category of kids that copes very well with school. But there's a large category of kids, and if the teachers can just understand a little few things, for instance, coming back to those left ears that's having trouble in the working place because of all the noises, the left ear kids, if you start shouting at a left ear kid, he will just shut off. So he can't hear. Not that he's a naughty kid. It's like his ear can't handle, especially if it's a high-pitched voice. So if the class are busy and naughty and the teacher starts screaming, trying to calm them down, and then she's starting to teach, this left ear child is not listening at all. The other thing that's very important in the schools, when we know whether they right ear or left ear, to make sure they sit in the right side for them in the class. You have to sit with your dominant ear towards where the teacher is speaking. Because if you, for instance, a left ear dominant child, and you sit against the left wall and the teacher is like talking into your right ear, you already missed 50% of what is said. So the importance of we need to get, and I'm working hard at trying to get, I mean, it's massive, but somewhere along the line, we need to get the right people in the right places so that we can reach. And even if we start reaching a few, it's already so much better than not reaching any. So we need companies to support with funds so that we can go out there and put it out to the kids.
Obviously, the big corporates can afford this in terms of their own staff, because I think this will be helpful also in terms of their own staff going through that, and maybe also the projects that they support. But the big number of our people will be probably in schools and communities that cannot afford anything of this sort and can only be the beneficiaries of CSI projects. But I also see from the COMESA side, I see two NGOs of COMESA being natural partners with you and maybe approaching funding from wherever to support communities and villages, townships that can never ever afford it, even if they want to. I'm thinking of COMESA Capacity Development Agency, which is our education and development agency, and of course our favorite COMESA Friends and Supporters Club, NPO, which could even supply us with volunteers should we get funding to assist schools. That's why I wanted to say that it can't be just about this product. We need to have a mechanism of multiplying the accessibility to a product like this. And then, of course, I assume that once you have tested people or you have sent the test to people, you have sessions with people to unpack what it means. Is it right?
That is correct. We have feedback sessions. They also get a whole report with all the information on there. And so on a regular basis, they can actually go back and get that information again. But at the end of the day, we need to try and we want to try and put in a system where we can support the parents as well, so that they understand how it's working. And we need to train the teachers
to understand the application of the outcome of the results.
Yes, to absolutely make it top-notch, and to really have a big effect. But even a few small changes, Sam, will have a tremendous big change in that child growing up in a person. And it's so important, as you also said, the grade 11s, the matrics, that need to make career choices. And sometimes what happens, they land up in the wrong career because they think that is where I need to go. But if they're halfway through their studies, they actually realize that they really don't like this. So, and the profiling, the brain profiling will show us that. So we can guide them so much better into the right career from the beginning. So that is the importance. I'm also, this last week or two, when it gets to companies with our COVID-19 situation and lots of people are going through retrenchments, I'm trying to get involved so that we can help people that is going through the retrenchment process. If they actually know their strengths so much better, we can sort of guide them into making the following right decisions, because maybe they just need to change direction. And then otherwise, the people that's now not being retrenched and companies trying to survive and get past all the damages, if they know how to use the strengths of those people. Because sometimes, people are working for a company, but they actually have so many other abilities that comes naturally to them. You can actually find a person that landed up in an administration position because that was the only job they could find. But naturally, that person could be your best salesperson.
Absolutely.
But never had the opportunity to go into that field. But if you know the natural abilities of this person, you can actually see naturally this person is actually a great salesperson. We need to utilize him in that direction because that is where his strengths are.
Absolutely. So even the entrepreneurs can use, or the entrepreneurs to be, can use this to check whether they are following the right type of industry or product or services that they want to deploy.
Yes.
Because many times we cost ourselves so much by taking wrong decisions that are not based on any facts. It's just because you feel like, or you see other people doing it, and you're going to take too long to make success of it because that's not you.
That's true, and I want to come back to where we finish off at that one stage with me jumping into all these different things. Just to say that adult right brain dominant people need a new challenge every 18 months. So if you, say for instance, you're in a sales position like I've been, and you sort of in the beginning it's a challenge, it's new people, it's new structure, it's new ways of doing the thing, and maybe the product or service that you're selling, it's not regularly changing or growing. It's sort of the same, like truck rental. There's not a lot that changes in there. So now the person gets bored and they just jump. Sometimes, the right brainers will just resign without having a new job. And I truly believe sometimes there is time to move on, but lots of times, if you were earning a good salary and you actually like what you're doing, and now if you know that, okay, I'm a right brainer, I'm not getting that challenge or stimulation into my working, make sure you do it at home in your private time. Do something creative and do a photography course. There's so many online courses, because the brain just wants something else that you can work on and get to know. But if you don't know it, as you say, you'll make all those choices and one day you just get up and you resign from your job, and you can't really pinpoint it. And sometimes that's bad for the company as well, because the company might have gone through all this training and uplifting this person, and this person was actually doing very well, and now suddenly that person leaves. And that can all be avoided if the person and the company understands. I always say to the companies that I'm working with, and they have these right brainers that might be in a little bit of a structured, not so challenging position, I say give them challenges. Give them a responsibility to, say, organize the year-end function. Just give them the challenges so that they have something that would challenge them. So there's so many little things that you can do to better the whole situation.
Wow, fascinating, Heleen. I was talking to one of our friends, Mr. Fusi Mutaung, who has written a book on who got the job or how to get a job. I think something like that. It's a career book, and it assists people on how to find the right job. It's titled "Who Got the Job Ahead of You? The Ways and Habits of People Who Get Jobs." And it very much complements this topic. And my strong belief is that anything that doesn't get measured, we never get to know whether it's the right thing or not. So assessment for me plays that role. That you can interview people and you think they are the right people for the position, but until you have given them assessment like this, you will not be able to affirm the decision that you are taking.
That's it. And the great thing about the genetic brain profile, lots of other assessments is great out there, but they can change according to what your circumstances is. And some of the guys are clever. They manipulate those answers. While with genetic brain profiling, it's genetic. You can't change it. You're born like that. So naturally, yes, in lots of cases, if you had challenges within your profile, you might better it in time because of experience and wanting to change yourself. But naturally, what will happen to you, like in stress or when you deal with people, that will stay the same, and that you can pick up in the profile. So it's also very important for companies before they even employ a person to make sure, because maybe the position is working a lot with other people, and maybe naturally in this person's profile, he just wants to be on his own.
Heleen,
although he might have all the other knowledge and diplomas and everything needed for the position, but that can be a very big influence on how he's going to function in the working environment.
Lovely. Heleen, we are very proud to have among our associates somebody like you who is so passionate about such tools that are so necessary to help our people make the right decisions around their careers, professions, and the entrepreneurship direction that they want to take. And I'm sure people listening must be saying, we need to talk to this person. I know that they can get hold of you via Comeza as our associate, but I also want them to be able to get hold of you directly. So how do they get hold of you?
Okay, first of all, my cell phone number is available. It is 082-3755-890. They can also reach me on my email address. My email address is my name, Heleen, and it's spelled HELEEN @eduprofile, which is eduprofile.co.za. So my email address, Heleen @eduprofile.co.za. I am also busy changing my branding. I believe it's very important because although I stand under EduProfile sounds only like education, and when people hear education, they just think of children. So I've been changing, in the process of changing my branding to ability behavior assessments, and it will still be in association with EduProfile. So my Facebook name is under Ability Behavior Assessment /EduProfile. My LinkedIn page is also under my name, Heleen Cronje, and the headline says Ability Behavior Assessment /EduProfile. And at this stage, that is my contact details and where I'm involved in social media marketing at the moment.
And your mobile number is at the same time your WhatsApp number, right?
my mobile number is my WhatsApp number as well, yes.
Yeah. Do you mind just repeating it, but use the international code for South Africa for those listeners who are in other countries of the world, because Comesa Club Radio Africa reaches across borders globally.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam. So it would be the +27 8237 55890. And I'm just repeating my email address as well. It is Heleen@eduprofile.co.za.
Thank you, Heleen. And of course, if they didn't get those right, they could always get you via Comesa, because you are the associate of Comesa, and we are proud of the work you are doing.
Thank you, Sam. It's a privilege to be involved, and I'm really excited about the way forward. I think there is so much opportunity in our lovely country, South Africa. There's so much talent out there, and we need to help our youth, which is our future. We need to help them on the right tracks, and that is really my heart, to establish and help people. And because I wish I knew this years ago, but the last 3 years has been a life-changing experience for me, and so many more people out there need to experience that.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Heleen, for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Heleen Cronje, Profilogist, but as you heard, it goes beyond education. It's about many, many aspects of our own development, privately and professionally. We thank you for having tuned in. We look forward to welcome you at our next broadcast. That was Comesa Club Radio Africa, and we thank you for being our listeners. Goodbye.